Hello ladies, welcome to my channel. I'm glad you're here. Um, I'm going to attempt with this sleeve. I had watched a video from Iveta Ziedina, and I hope I'm not butchering her name. And I had posted it in our group that we're doing a swap with napkins and coasters and so forth. And I had mentioned there that I wanted to try it first on wood, and I had these little squares that you can make, you know, you can do anything with it pretty much. And I had a leftover piece of napkin. I've already removed the backing of it, and what I'm going to do is, it is a little bit bigger than the little piece of wood itself, and I'm going to attempt to place this on my surface here and at the same time have it wrinkle free. So I'm going to start by adding a little bit of water on my mat. I hope this works. I don't know the outcome that's going to be, but I might as well give it a try. The first thing I'm going to do is, this is the right side of the napkin. I'm going to place it down. I'm going to be adding some water gently with a brush. And what I'm trying to attempt is to adhere this napkin to this little piece of MDF or wood, whatever you want to call it, wrinkle-free. Maybe I should have started with a bigger piece of napkin, but these are leftover pieces that I have, and I wanted to see how this was going to work. I'm going to go ahead. I've wet it. It is movable. I've removed all the wrinkles softly, and this technique is good to practice on smaller pieces first to see if you can go ahead and get the project wrinkle free. So what I'm trying to do right now is to make sure that there aren't any wrinkles on my napkin. There's no water bubbles, and I'm trying to get all the water out from underneath the napkin, and at the same time I'm making sure that it doesn't have any wrinkles. Let me see. I'm trying this a little bit different from what I had seen in her video, just a tad, and I want to make sure that I have no wrinkles at all whatsoever. So again, I'm going to grab my brush and I am going to brush away some of this water. Let's see how this works. Making it outward. And I'm going to try something a little bit different. I am going to take, this may be a fail or not, but I am also, let's not do it yet, because I'm going to be sealing it with ModgePage. I was going to add the ModgePage to the little piece of wood, but I'm going to leave it just like that. When you're ready to do this, if you have excess water, you can dry it. If you're working with a bigger surface of a napkin, or you can dump it right back. You lift it and you can dump it right back into the container. Because I'm working with a small piece, I really don't have a lot of excess water. I am not going to dab it off too much because I want to make sure that it's going to adhere to my little piece of wood. So now what I'm going to do is I am going to take my little piece of wood and I am going to take my sleeve, this is the right side, or the back side, and I'm going to place it over my little piece of wood. You know, if you want, you can also paint, if you like to have it a little bit more brighter and not the regular color of the wood, you can go ahead and paint your piece of wood. As you can see, it doesn't have any wrinkles, and it did come off of here very quickly. So what I'm going to do is maybe add a little bit of water here. I don't have any wrinkles. I want to see how this is going to work. I'm going to go ahead and place it, leaving excess on the other side. And I'm going to start rolling this off. My napkin is going to be on top of my little piece of wood. I'm going to go ahead and wet this a little bit more. I can see that it is wrinkle-free, and I'm just wetting the corners because I didn't have enough water on my sleeve for what I can see. And what I want to do is I want to make sure that my napkin, when I lift it from my mat, that it's not going to separate from the piece of wood. And then later on, when I'm finished, I'm going to ModgePage. I can see now, so far, where we're at, that there aren't any wrinkles at all whatsoever. So, I'm going to go ahead and let me grab, because I am working with a small surface. I'm trying to find something flat here. Maybe I can use this. I'm just gonna try to lift it, and hopefully I won't mess it up. I'm gonna try to lift my little piece of wood. I have big hands, and it seems to be adhere there, and I'm just gonna go around and I'm going to start tearing my napkin off the little piece of wood, gently, making sure my little corners are there. Once I lifted that, let me make sure I don't lose my little plastic. I'm in the habit of doing that, and then I'm forever looking on the floor. If you feel it's not wet enough here, you probably can just go ahead and touch, just touch lightly. And I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to take this piece off by wetting it. I am working with a very small piece of material here, so I'm gonna go ahead and tear this. I gave it a little bit of more water, so then that way it's easy for me to tear, and at the same time taking my corners and wetting them really good and going all the way around. I have plans for this. I know that I made a hole in my little paper and you can't see it right now, but that it is easily fixable. Make sure that I am going to go ahead and I'm going to pierce with my tweezers the little hole that I made, and I'm going to make sure that my napkin is in there, as you can see. And seeing it closely, I have absolutely no wrinkles. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go ahead and put the cap on my tweezers before I lose it. I have an extra piece here because I plan to do the back of it. So it's decorated evenly. Right now I am just running my fingers around the piece of wood. I saw her do it on a coaster, but I wanted to try and do it with the wood. The next thing that I'm going to do is, because I'm working with the small pieces, if you're working with a big one, you need a big sander. If you're working with a small one, more than likely, nail file will do. And I'm just gonna go around. I do plan on coloring this with a marker, um, so it really doesn't matter um, how much of the napkin I can get off, but I'm trying to keep it nice and clean, and working my nail file all the way around the little piece, the tiny little piece of wood, and making sure that my corners are done here just as well, and the next corner. And take these pieces and just sort of kind of like wipe them off. As you can see the fiber in the little wood wood piece. I'm making sure that I remove it from the back. And let me tell you, this is a very, very tiny piece of wood that I am working with. But I want to make sure that I remove the napkin and the pieces from the back, because I intend to do the back with this other leftover piece, so I don't want it to overlap. As you can see, it worked out perfectly. Right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and push this off onto my mat. I don't want to have it on the table. And my brush is a little damp, and that is okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put a little bit of ModgePage. This one is glossy. Let me see. I could use glossy, it doesn't matter, because I'm going to make it glossy anyways. So, let me make sure, let me shake it and make sure that this is opened. Yes, it is. Oops, I put a little bit too much, but that's okay. I'm going to put a little bit of water in this cup, and I'm going to dab my brush, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start adding a nice amount of the ModgePage onto my project. Since it's already adhere, let me just be nice and gentle, making sure that I have no bubbles and that it has adhere to the little napkin on here. And I want to make sure that my little hole that I made to put a dangle, that it is open. You can use a pencil, you can use, you know, the tip of a pen, whatever you like. I just want to make sure that my ModgePage is on there and that everything is sealed. I've gone all the way around, and for now I'm just gonna go ahead and let me see if my heat gun is connected and see how quickly we can get this done. I'm gonna move my water again out of the way. I've disposed of the little pieces of napkin that I had left, And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to dry my little piece of wood. I can paint the back and not necessarily put another piece of napkin. Um, Maybe that's what I'm going to do, because I plan to decorate this with some of these diamond crystals on the edge, and then possibly seal it with a spray. But to speed up the process, I've gone ahead and I've added ModgePage, so then that way my napkin can adhere to the little piece of wood. I don't have to dry it completely. It's getting pretty hot. I'm not doing it extremely close either. I am going to be sealing this glossy, and I'll be posting a picture. You are going to be able to see a picture of it once I post my video. So right now, I'm just gonna let it go, and it's fairly dry, and this is the reason why my mat is warping. But I just want to show you that I have been successful in applying with no wrinkles the napkin using the sleeve method with water. And let me put my brush in water, because it's one of my favorites, especially when I'm detailing things that are this small. Uh, Thank you so much for watching. It's a short video, and I'll post the outcome once I'm done. Thank you very much. Don't forget to hit like if you like the video. Bye.